what have you found that seems to be the main reason they won't give you another trial?
Well, the reason the appellate court said was that because he said he was shot twice in the back. I shot him in the back of the arm, chasing down, I shot him in the back of the leg from behind. But the reason they said that was because of the testimony from Mr. Walker. So Mr. Walker came and recanted his testimony. So if you're giving him credit for what he's saying now is the truth, you got to look at everything as if it's the truth. You see what I'm saying? You can't just cherry pick what you want to believe is the truth, because you've now admitted that you guys lied to get a conviction, and the law states that you can't lie to get a conviction. You know, so I think with that, we have a good chance of getting either a new trial.
Do you have any regret? Do you wish you had taken that plea deal?
No, because we now have some of the truth that's started to come out. You know, I would have taken the plea deal if I went into the store and I was the aggressor and I was the one that was accosting him. But I knew none of that was true. I was simply in the store shopping, minding my business, and he was the one that came and was accosting me and has been accosting me. And he actually told him this at trial too. So he was the one that would start everything. He was the one that would be accosting me. But like I said, the only thing that changes at trial was him testifying that I shot him twice from behind, which we now know that wasn't true. That's the only evidence through everything that was said. It was almost like a 5-day trial, and that's the only thing the appellate court said that they used to find me guilty.
When I kept asking him, why do this now? And what are your motivations? And because what's he going to get out of it? You know, if he lied on the stand when he thought he was going to get 40 grand for it, what's the motivation now? That's the question I was asking myself, and that's the question I asked him. I said, aren't you worried about revenge? And he kind of laughed that off. He goes, man, you're stuck on revenge. If he gets out and he shoots me, or he wants revenge, I'll deal with it at the time, but I feel like I have to give him that chance. How do you feel about that?
So I don't have any criminal record. I don't have any revenge or anything of that sort, because like I said, this is the best redemption I could get, because you know, you're here interviewing me. So I don't have any hard feelings, because the thing is that, sir, this has now become bigger than, because if this happened to me, the thing is that how many other individuals this have happened to?
When you say this, what do you mean?
Because like I said, we have documentation to show that, you know, the prosecutor knew that he was lying, but yet they still allowed that testimony to go uncorrected. They didn't admonish the testimony or anything of that nature. So, and they felt so comfortable, and the things that happened behind closed doors that a lot of people don't know of, them refusing to turn over the discovery after being convicted. What were you hiding as to why you wouldn't want to give me the discovery? You have now convicted me, and I needed the discovery so I could possibly vindicate it myself. And you know that till this day we haven't got the entire discovery.
I interviewed Walker a couple weeks ago, and he dropped his pants, he took off his shirt, he showed me where he was shot. Yeah. And I mean, that pathologist testified it would be like, it's not even his opinion. He said it was medically impossible that he was shot from behind.
Yeah, they knew that because they had the, like I said, I got all the paperwork there so you could see it. Everything is labeled so you could see. So they knew before it. That's why when I started to pursue my PCR after I've been convicted and by trial, and then I did a direct appeal, and they upheld the conviction based on what his testimony was, I began to pursue my post-conviction, which is what we're doing now. We're currently in the final stage of it. And I was trying to get my discovery, what they call a client file. See, I knew what was in it, and I knew if I got the discovery, I could vindicate myself. But my attorney, Stanley Campbell, and also my direct appeal attorney, they wouldn't turn over that evidence, and they said that the prosecutor's office told them not to turn over the evidence to me. So, and then when I realized what was going on, I had to get an attorney outside of the jurisdiction of Fort Wayne to try to help me get these documents, because I knew what was in there, and I knew that the information in there could have vindicated me.
What information do you mean?
Like, you know, they had testimonies. They had testimony from the officers, because every officer that came on the scene and watched the video, they said that I was trying to run away from Walker prior to the shooting, and all those documentation was removed from the file when we did get the file. Videos of 2 two witnesses that was there and videos of Mr. Walker's girlfriend. At the time, his child's mother was saying that I was trying to run away from him and de-escalate the situation. All those documents was removed by Stanley Campbell, my attorney, Ross Thomas, that I got outside of the jurisdiction of Fort Wayne told me. So it would have seemed as if the attorneys was working against me instead of trying to help me. And these were paid attorneys, these were not public defenders. So there was a lot of strange activity that was surrounding the case. So if Mr. Walker didn't come forward and tell the truth, we probably wouldn't be having this discussion.